Hello and welcome to another cue breakdown. We're looking at a Happy Jingle, so not specifically aimed at kids. I've done one of those and you can check out the playlist above for more cue breakdowns. Don't forget, like and subscribe, always appreciated. What I'll do is play this through for you and click on the different parts as we go. Then I'll come back and show you how I put it together. Welcome back. Okay, let's go through the different parts. This is actually a relatively simple cue to put together. There's no particular automation. All I've done is mixed everything together at the relatively quiet levels, and then we've added a mastering change at the end. There is EQ on most of the tracks, as you can see, mainly to make sure we don't have any extra bass where we don't need it. And on the bass guitar, I've actually taken out the top end as well, because obviously we don't need the high end of a bass guitar. Okay, what have we got? So there's this piano track that drives the whole tune, playing. And that goes through. In the breakdown, we've got held chords instead. And I haven't quantized it because I wanted it to sound a bit more free flowing. Okay, so that's the piano we are using. Is it the grandeur? Yeah. That. Then we've got this harmonium part playing out a melody. And that's from Albion Neo. Then we've got Hearth and Hollow's mandolin. So you hold down a note and it strums out a rhythm. So this is groove 1. And again, this starts off, disappears, and then comes back for the middle breakdown, and then again at the very end. Again, you can see we're bringing things in and out, building the energy, bringing it back, adding it in again. And this is only 1 minute 30, so it's actually a relatively short cue. This is the plucks from Sequis. I've actually bounced them in place to an audio file. I sometimes like to do this if it's likely that the MIDI notes might be interpreted differently each time you play it through. It's much better to bounce it in place, and you are guaranteed that you are then just using that particular set of sequences. So really nice little strummed sequence there. I've done the same with the bass as well. So this was Logic bass, I think, and just bounce that into place. There's a few accents with the flute, just little trills. And obviously they don't come in to start with, but then they build in the first section, drop out for the middle, because we want less going on in the middle section, obviously, before the edit point. There's a glock sort of following the tune to start with, and then it goes to accented notes. The addition at the end to add an extra element is the organ. Playing some nice sort of swirling sounds. This was from the Play Series 40's very own keys, the Simmer organ. Quite nice and fun to use. I do like finding new sounds. There's a couple of brass swells from Colossus in the middle section. Just adding something a little bit different. Then we've got Latin percussion, which is just Logic drummer. And you can see I've varied the different parts so it gets a bit busier here, and drops down just to the shakers tambourine for the breakdown section. And finally, obviously, we've got BBCSO cymbals to give us those swells in and out. I quite like using, if you're on an acoustic track, instead of using transitions and swells from Damage, I quite like using the actual acoustic cymbals, just because it sounds a little bit more real. There you go. Last thing was, obviously I've put a fade to make sure we're out by the very end, and there's nothing ringing out when we bounce it for a master. Okay, I'll play it through again for you, because you'll probably hear lots more parts this time as it goes through, and I'll click on the different bits like I did at the beginning. Don't forget, like and subscribe, always appreciated, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.